An application gets submitted, and seconds later, the customer receives a decision email: approved, under review, or rejected, plus a risk score. That's what I'm demoing today: an automated trade finance risk scoring workflow built with Power Apps, Power Automate, and a Power BI dashboard. If you're in a bank or financial institution, your biggest enemy isn't only fraud, it's slow, inconsistent triage that makes monitoring reactive. Stay till the end because I'll show the exact flow, the live scoring outcome, and three real use cases banks can plug into fraud monitoring and risk ops. Here's the workflow in one line. A user submits a trade application in Power Apps. The app calls a Power Automate flow. The flow calculates a risk score and category, sends the decision email, and writes the record so Power BI can visualize risk trends. Let's walk it from start to finish. On screen is my trade finance new application form in Power Apps. I'm capturing the minimum fields you'd typically need for risk triage: company name, buyer country, seller country, goods type, trade amount, years in business, prior default flag, and an email for the decision notification. Now I'll enter a sample case and hit Submit Application. At this moment, the button is triggering a flow from inside the Canvas app. Power Apps can start a flow using the flow's run method. Within seconds, the user sees the submission confirmation and the decision email lands in the inbox with the application summary, risk score, and the final decision. This is key for operations. The outcome is consistent, time-stamped, and repeatable, so your triage doesn't depend on who happened to review it today. Now switch to the Power BI dashboard view. Instead of hunting through messages, you can monitor total applications, average risk, distribution by risk category, and patterns across dimensions like goods type and trade corridors. That's how you move from case-by-case firefighting to portfolio-level visibility. Here are three practical ways banks can use this approach for fraud monitoring and risk operations. Risk-based triage. Auto-approve low risk, route medium risk to review, and escalate high risk for deeper checks. Monitoring. Track risk spikes by corridor, goods type, or amount bands in Power BI and investigate early. Audit readiness. Standardized inputs, consistent decisions, and a clear trail of what happened and when. If you want, I'll share the exact scoring logic, the flow steps, and the dashboard build in a follow-up. Subscribe and comment risk and tell me, are you building this for trade finance, transaction monitoring, or onboarding?